friends, welcome back to Rustic and Lace DIY. We are in the middle of November and we still have some more Christmas crafting left. So if you are ready, I am ready. So let's get to crafting. Okay, DIY number 1. So I have this sign that I received from one of my subscribers named Martha. I think she got them from Michael's, and it has the hangers on the side as well as the top. So I'm just going to remove the ones from the side, and then I'm going to paint using my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White the sides of my sign. I'm not going to paint the inside middle because you're not going to see it, but I'm going to just paint the sides as well as the entire back. Once it was dry, I took this paper that I recently received from Kathy Jo. She got it at a yard sale, a whole bunch of it. And I'm just going to lay it inside my sign here, and I'm creasing it with my finger, and then I used my embossing tool there to make an extra crease, and then I'm going to cut that out with my little paper cutter. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. I'm going to line that paper up to make sure that it matches, and I didn't really use my finger. Instead I used the embossing tool, which was a mistake. I made a hole, which I knew was going to happen. I don't know why I didn't use my finger first. So if you want to use an embossing tool, just be very careful because you can place a hole. Then I cut that out as well, and I'm just going to use my Titebond Quick and Thick Multi-Surface Glue instead of Mod Podge. You could do Mod Podge if you wanted. I just wanted to do it this way. Cardstock is so much thicker that I felt like I just didn't need to do it with Mod Podge. So once I had the inside of my sign all covered, I'm going to take my papers and just lay it all over that Titebond glue. And then after that, I took a small wood hanging piece from Dollar Tree. I'm filling in those hanger holes with my really old spackling, or yeah, I think that's spackling. And I know you can add water, but I like it dry for this purpose. Then I'm going to paint it white. And then I took I think these are 2-inch letters from, I believe I got these from Amazon. You can get them from Hobby Lobby. You might be able to find them from Dollar Tree, but really it's not that great of a deal because you only get one letter of each pretty much. But anyways, I'm painting them with my Waverly chalk paint and the color Crimson. Then I used my Titebond glue again, and I measured to make sure I was even with where I was going to lay it. I'm going to lay it right in the front there, and then I'm going to take my letters. I'm going to use my Titebond glue again and glue those letters right in place. And after that, I just felt like it needed something more. So we're going to dress it up a little bit. So I'm going to take my hot glue and some of this garland pick. I cut that down. This comes from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to glue it all down and around that sign. Now you could always use the garland picks from Dollar Tree. You might just want to trim it down because they're really bushy. Then I took some of my red cording from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to glue that all around the edge because I did get the paper off a little bit, so I didn't want you to see the sides or for it to be so apparent. Then I have this is what I use. I got this after Christmas last year when it was 75% off, that $5.99, which makes it a really good deal. So I'm just taking 2 of the stems off, and I just cut the bottom pieces off, and then I'm just going to glue those 2 right on the bottom of my sign. Now I wish I would have just used the regular green ones instead of the frosted, because I was looking at this going, wait, that doesn't really match those garland picks. But as you can see, I added a pine cone there that I got from one of my subscribers, Susan. Oh my goodness, I just love it. But I'm going to also add some of these little berries to that bottom there, and then around my sign as well. And then I took some of this ribbon. This also comes from Hobby Lobby. It's just beautiful. But I cut 2 pieces at 12 inches and one at, I think, 8. I don't remember. And I'm going to glue them into. Now I wish I would have cut 3 pieces of this. I wish I would have done one at 12 inch and the other 2 at 10 inches. I think it might have looked a little bit better, but I'm just going to take them. I'm going to scrunch them up in the middle. I'm going to lay one on top of the other, or over the other, I don't know. But I'm going to use a zip tie here to hold them together. And before I get that zip tie too tight, I'm going to take that other piece, the smaller one, I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to put it through behind my bows through that zip tie. And when you do this, you want to try and hold those ends downward so that when you tighten the zip tie, the tails don't stick out
kind of wonky, which I kind of forgot to do. So, oh my goodness. Anyway, so I cut off that zip tie and I just took another little piece of that ribbon and I'm just going to glue it around the zip tie so you don't see it. And then I'm going to glue it to the top of my sign. And then I'm going to fold the tails in half, cut it at an angle, which gives it a dovetail look. And then I'm just going to tack those ends down to the sign. And then I decide to go ahead and add some of my snow text to that garland pick to kind of help tone down the green with the greenery that's on the bottom. And there it is. I hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know in the comment box below.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that last project there that I just did. I am excited to be doing Christmas crafts. I'm trying to enjoy the moment. I'm not trying to look ahead and get depressed that it's almost over. But yeah, I'm trying to, I think what happens this time of year is that I love doing Christmas crafts so much that the thought of having to switch over to winter, and yeah, winter's okay, but after that, a lot of you don't do Valentine's Day, and honestly, I really don't either. As far as decorating, I used to, but I just decided it's just too much work for that short a period of time. So then, it's like, okay, what do we do? I need to clean my craft room, and I think that's going to be one of the things that I may be doing a video on because it needs to be gone through. But yeah, so to me, it just kind of brings down the excitement level and can be kind of depressing, especially since winter is upon us. And I'm not a big fan of winter. But yeah, so I'm trying to keep my thoughts positive. I'm trying to keep my mind open to what new exciting things that I can do at the beginning of the year to make it more exciting and fun. So I know there's a lot of things that I want to try that I've thought about doing and trying, but I haven't. And so maybe I will make that my goal at the beginning of the year to do some of those things that I would like to do now, but I'm not sure I'm going to get done. Anyways, before we continue on, I don't want to make this too long. If you are new here, I just want to welcome you. My name is Brenda, and this is my Sleepy Oliver, as he's called by many people. And we are glad you stopped by. And if you like home decor on a budget and you like crafting, I would love it if you'd hit that red subscribe button and become part of our YouTube family. And for those of you that return every video, I appreciate you so very much. And you guys mean the world to me. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. So with all of that, let's continue on with crafting.
Okay, DIY number 2. I'm going to take these papers. I just got these from Amazon. Look at how pretty they are. I was wanting something for this project. I knew I wanted to make this. I didn't quite have anything that I could use. And look at, oh my goodness, I just love these. And I got like 4 of each image. There's a lot of papers, but look at that one. It's beautiful. And then that one, I was trying to decide between the first one, the snowman, or that deer. And I ended up going with the houses. And I'm just going to take my tacky glue. I'm going to put it all around the back. Now you could use Elmer's glue. You could use Mod Podge. Maybe, I'm not sure what actually works on this plastic. Type on glue. I just decided to use the tacky glue, and I just smeared it around on the back so that you didn't have so many streaks there. I wasn't sure if it would show through or not, so that's why I used my finger to kind of smooth it out. And then I laid it over one of these plastic cutting mats from Dollar Tree. Now I'm going to add some more of that tacky glue. I'm just leaving a few little spots here. And I'm going to add some hot glue in those little spots. And I don't care if you're going to see it through the plastic because we're going to cover it up. So then I added the other plastic cutting mat over that, got it all together. Then I'm taking my hunkin' big scissors that I got from Harbor Freight Tools, and I'm just going to cut the edges all around where that glue is. Then I'm going to take these bamboo sticks. I get these from Amazon. They are in my Amazon store, which there's a link to that in my description box. I'm going to mark them to the size that I need and use my miter shears to cut them down. Then I just use that one for a template for the other side, and then I did the same for the top and bottom. Then I'm going to take my Waverly Antique Wax, the last of my bottle there. I'm going to brush it on all of those little sticks and then wipe off the excess with my paper towel. And then I'm going to take them and use my Tite Bond glue here, and I'm going to glue them onto the front to make a frame. And I'm going to use these little clips from Dollar Tree to hold them in place. This is such a slick surface that they were kind of moving around really easily. So I used those clips to hold them in place while that glue set. And then once I was done with that, while those were drying, I decided to go ahead and cut down some more of these bamboo sticks and go over them with my antique wax. And then we're going to put them on the front to make a window frame. And I am doing this all because of a candle that I bought from Dollar Tree. And I was trying to think, what do I want to do with this candle? And this came to mind, and I'm like, this is what I want to do with it. So that's kind of what brought on the inspiration for this. So I had that all glued in place. I took this wood piece. Now this is 10 inches long, and I believe it's 1.5 inches wide. You can sometimes find these at Dollar Tree. I have not been able to find them for a while. So I actually had gone to Home Depot and bought 2 long strips of this and cut them all down, which really equaled to about $1.50 each, which isn't much. I mean, that's 25 cents more than Dollar Tree right now, which you never know if it's going to go up or not. But yeah, so if you have a miter saw or a way you can always have them cut it too, that's what you can do. But I'm going to take, as you can see, I went over it with my antique wax, and then I'm going to take my Tite Bond glue and hot glue, put it on the bottom of my picture frame, and then I'm going to glue it, and I'm going to have one side a little longer. It's sticking out from the side of the window frame, and you'll see why. But I'm going to take my Tite Bond, no, this is Snow Tex, and I'm going to go around the windowsills to make it have that frosted look, so it looks like, there's frosting, snow on the outside, or frost, or ice, whatever. And then I'm going to take some of my garland pick. I'm going to glue it there where you see it. And then I'm going to take some of these from my candle wreaths from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to glue them in place. I'm going to add another one, just kind of fill up that right side and the middle with my greenery picks. These came from Amazon. And then after that, I'm going to add, these are some more those pine cones that I received from Susan. Oh my goodness, you don't know how much I appreciate it. I was just so excited to see these. These are real, she got from her yard. I'm going to glue those all in place. I added some of the small ones too. And then I decided it needed a little more color, so I'm going to add some of the little red berries, and these came from Amazon, and you just cut off the little stem and hot glue them in. And then I decided to add some poinsettias. These came from Dollar Tree. I'm going to glue those on, and there's that little candle. I love that candle. It is so pretty. It's so old-fashioned, but oh my goodness, I just love how this came out. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below what you think of this one. Okay, it is a time for a celebration of your recreations, and we have this beautiful piece that Beth made, and I love it. I think she said it was an IOD mold that she used there. And then Darlene, oh, this is so adorable. She recreated my snow globe with this, and I just love it, Darlene. Thank you. And then Connie, look at these pretty pieces she made. I love that snowman. Oh, so cute. Thank you so much, Connie and ladies, for sharing your projects with us. And if you have something you would like me to showcase for you, you can send pictures to my email address right there, which is rusticandlacediy@gmail.com, or you can send them to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. Okay, DIY number 3. I'm going to take 3 of the wood hanging signs from Dollar Tree. These are the newer, smaller ones. And I'm going to connect them together with 5 of my jumbo craft sticks that I got from Walmart. And I'm just using wood glue in the middle and hot glue on the ends. And I do that. The wood glue is for a permanent hold. The hot glue is for immediate hold. And the reason why I do the hot glue on the sides is because I found when I just used wood glue on one side and hot glue on the other, when I painted it, the side with the wood glue would curl up because it wasn't completely adhered. So that's why I do it that way. But I'm going to go over the whole thing with my Waverly Antique Wax. I'm going to brush it on and wipe it all off with a paper towel. Do you see all those little dots on there, something in that wood. It was driving me nuts. But once I had it all covered front and back, I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Snow White. I'm going to just do a heavy dry brushing. I want some of it to show through. Actually, I lie. I want the sides to show through, so I don't know why I didn't do it in a different way. But I had a picture in mind and I was just not getting it right. But anyways, as you can see, I'm kind of going over the edge. I wasn't liking the way it looked, and then I really didn't like the way it looked. So I took my antique wax once it was all dry and just kind of made a frame with it with that antique wax, and then that was a little more like what I was going for. So once everything was dry, I took the stencil. I got this like 4 years ago when I first started my channel, and I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in the color Crimson, and I'm just going to go over all of the words with my crimson color. And as you can see, I have tape on the middle. That's just taping off the other designs. I'm going to use a paintbrush. You guys don't do this with these kinds of stencils. I do this with my Cricut stencil vinyl, and it works because it's a self-adhesive. This is not, and so yes, it did bleed. So I did have to kind of go through with my white paint and try to fix it up a little bit. So once it was all dry, I took this ribbon that I got from Hobby Lobby. It's just beautiful plaid, and I'm just going to wrap it around my sign and hot glue it to the back. And I wanted it kind of not right to the edge, just out a little ways. Then I'm going to take some more of this ribbon. I'm going to cut 3 pieces that are, I think they were 6 inches long, 5 or 6. And then once I had those cut, I took some more ribbon from Hobby Lobby, just red ribbon, and I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to cut all the ends at an angle. I'm going to dovetail all the ends. And then after that, I'm going to crisscross them and do kind of a messy bow. I struggle with these for some reason. I just feel like I can never get them right. But I love the way they look. So I just got to practice more, I think. Anyways, once I got done, I'm just going to use some twine to tie them all in place. And then I'm going to tie a knot too, not just one single tie there, but a whole knot. Then I'm going to just kind of fluff it up and get those ends laying the way I want them to lay. And then after that, I'm going to hot glue it to my sign right above that ribbon. And then I wanted to add some greenery. So this is also another candle wreath ring, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they call them, but that's what I call them. I'm going to hot glue them around my bow, and then I'm going to take a couple of pine cones. I think I took 3, and I glued them on the front of my bow and 1 berry. And then I'm just going to use my big mouth crocodile to create the hanger holes and put some tape on the end of my twine, string it through, and then just tie knots on that twine once I have the size that I want. And that is all for this one. I think this one came out really pretty. I just love the colors. I am one that loves the traditional Christmas colors. Red is my second favorite color, so that's probably why. But I really love this. I hope you do too. Let me know in the comment box below. Okay, DIY number 4. So I'm going to take one of these automotive cloths. I actually end up using 2. But I am going to, I cut off the ends of the first one, and then I folded it in half, laid my tree halfway on there, and then traced it out. Because I thought, okay, if I cut this out, then I can just open it up and not have to worry about cutting more than what is necessary. So I start cutting because I was planning on cutting from the other end, and I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. And look what I'm doing. I'm just cutting away, just cutting. And then I go back inward here, and I'm just going to cut that inward piece off and not even paying attention to what I'm doing, just doing this. And then all of a sudden it dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm cutting off my tree. This is not the way you're supposed to do it. So I got another one that I had, pinned it, cut it the right way. And then, oh my goodness, see, we all make mistakes, and all we can do is laugh at it, laugh and learn, right? I added some tacky glue to my wood tree and then added this. Now, I really think this would have looked a little bit better if I would have used Dollar Tree's wood tree. I think it would have, because it has a little more rounded edges, I think it would have looked a little more soft. But I did have enough from my first cutout to cut another piece to put on the back. As you can see, I just added my tacky glue and laid it on top of the towel and then cut it out. And then I'm going to add some of this gold trim all around the edge, the outside edge of my my tree here. You guys, I have so much fuzz around my hot glue gun. It's funny. But anyways, I took some of that gold cording and I'm just going to wrap it around from the corner to the next corner. And I'm going to go all the way up, just adding a little dab of hot glue in the corners. And then once I got to the top, I'm going to glue, you know what this is reminding me of? I should have used green. I should have made this one of those Debbie cake trees. I didn't think about that until just now watching this. I'm like, oh my gosh, it almost looks like those little Debbie cakes, you know, that looks like the Christmas trees. I might have to do that. Anyways, once I was done with that, I took one of these little wood stars. I'm going to paint them with the Deco Art metallic paint in the color Glorious Gold. I'm going to paint both sides and then I'm just going to dry it, and then I'm going to use my hot glue gun to just glue it to the top of my little tree. Then I'm going to take 3 of these larger tumbling tower blocks. I got these from Five Below. You can find them at Dollar Tree in the toy section for $3, or you can always use the smaller blocks. But I'm going to glue 2 of them together with hot glue and my Titebond glue, and then I'm going to glue the bigger one to the front of my tree using Titebond and hot glue. And to be honest with you, I do end up adding a 3rd one to the front, and I'll tell you why here in a minute. But then I'm going to take the single one, I'm going to put that in the back. And then I'm going to, I probably didn't even need to do that one. But anyways, I'm going to paint the bottom white, and then I'm going to take these greenery pieces, I'm going to glue them on. Now, while I was doing this, I was like, I know what I want. I want to add this candle. So that's why I added a 3rd piece to make it a little bigger for that candle. But I added some pine cones there. I'm going to add this garland pick around the base just to give it some more greenery. And then what do I do? Oh, I'm going to glue some of that garland pick around the bottom of this candle. Have you seen these candles at Dollar Tree? I think they are so cool. I really, really like them. I usually don't buy these kind of candles from Dollar Tree because I like the ones that have timers, but these I just love. I love the old-fashioned look, and so I had to buy a couple. So I'm going to add some pine cones and some berries to them, and then I decided to paint the candle part that looked like it's dripping and stuff with my gold, and I did have to do like 2 coats to lose the brush point or brush marks, but there it is. You can still kind of see the brush marks, but I still really love how this came out. I think it's so pretty. You have to let me know what you think about this one as well, and the final reveal is coming right up. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I will be back again on Thursday with another one, so stay tuned for that. And if you want to see a goodie box that I received from a subscriber, stay tuned after the video and you will see that. So with all of that, you guys, make sure you give me that thumbs up, comment, hype, all that fun stuff. And with all of that, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.
Okay, guys, I got a couple goodie boxes in the mail from some subscribers. First of all, the first one I'm just going to mention because I had already opened it, but it was from Susan, and she sent me 2 like Tupperware containers full of pine cones from her yard. Thank you so much, Susan. That's amazing. You know, I lived in the Pacific Northwest most of my life. I grew up there most of my life. We had pine cones everywhere. We had sticks, branches from trees everywhere. And then, you know, I moved down here to Oklahoma, and it's like, where do we get this stuff? Amazon. I have to buy it from Amazon. So you don't know how much of a blessing it is to receive those pine cones, especially knowing that they were just in your yard. So thank you so much, Susan. But I also got a box from Yasmin. She sent me one earlier this year, which I love. In fact, I just remembered it has a wonderful gingerbread cup I need to go put in my kitchen because now all my Christmas stuff is out. But let's see what she sent me this time. Oh my goodness. Oh, she sent me this fun. She knows I love gingerbread. It is a felt gingerbread, and it has some little adornments with it. Thank you. Let's see what else. Oh, some rope. Definitely can always use the rope. She sent me 2 bags of that. And wild Horses trading post, rescuing animals. Let's see, what is this? What are these? What? Oh my goodness, paintbrushes. Wow. All these fine tip paintbrushes. Oh my goodness, Yasmin, this is amazing. Thank you so much. I was just telling my husband I need some more paintbrushes. I need some bigger ones, but I've been wanting some smaller detailed ones, but look at all of those. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That's amazing. And then we have a felt gingerbread house kit. Oh my goodness. I gotta hide that from my granddaughter. She'll want to use it. Wood letters. Oh my goodness, you guys. You know me, I love using wood letters. I love wood. And look at, she gave me a box of wood letters. 117 pieces. Doesn't say, but they look like they're about 1 inch. Those are amazing. Thank you so much. Let's see. Put them with my stash here. The brushes. Brushes came from Amazon. Okay, what is this? Oh, another felt gingerbread house. That's amazing. And then we have Bee Sweet and Bumblebee and Bumble. Ah, that's really cute. This little sign comes from Hobby Lobby. And then she sent me this in the summertime and I used it. She sent me another one. Are these just the houses? No, the same. But I loved it. They were so cute. I made such a cute little sign with them this summer. And yeah, I need to use that. Although I'm not sure if I'm going to do many more gingerbread stuff since we're almost at the end. But yeah. And then this foam, styrofoam piece. That's amazing. That block. I love it. And then she's got in here quite a few of these little square blocks. And some of these kind of blocks. These, it looks like these might be, I think these might be a little bit, I don't know, maybe they are the same size as the larger tumbling tower blocks, but we've got some of those. And these, thank you so much. You know, I cannot find, I mean, I have a few, but I haven't been able to find them at Dollar Tree lately. And I actually ended up ordering some that are like this from Amazon, but they were 2 inches, so they're much bigger. But these are amazing, and I've been looking for them. I don't know if they're going to... You never know with Dollar Tree. Sometimes they discontinue carrying things, and then next thing you know, they're back again. So I don't know what they're doing with those. But that is it, and thank you so much, Yasmin. This is amazing, and I'm sure I will be using everything in here at some point because... it's all stuff that I would use. Thank you so much. And yeah. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I just did the try treats and I'm burping up fish. Anyways, let's continue on. No, I don't know when we're going to have this. I might have this at the end of my video. I might have it in the middle of the video. So with all of that, guys, thanks for watching.